worked out. So
Awesome.
how was this last year?
You go.
Last year was a bit of a write-off for us.
Oh no.
Beginning of the year, my dad got sick.
Oh no.
Ended up in palliative care in the house, so we were taking care of him. So he passed away just before harvest.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
We did not have a harvest last year.
Yeah, it was
timing.
He was 97, he had a good life. So we family was more the priority.
Of course it is.
Last year, so.
Yeah, so that's the priority. And you already had like some wines that were started and midway,
yeah.
kind of thing. So it's not like you didn't have anything, but
no, exactly.
But it's one of the, I guess, it's not really a benefit, but the fact that you have the privilege of being able to kind of take that break and then focus on your family time that you did, which is, that's always lovely to hear.
Exactly.
Right? And not to mention, and between that, we still get to, so you're starting up again this year. So when did you got started back again this year? And have you been
the vineyards? The vineyard's looking good so far.
Good.
We will have a harvest this year at some point, depending on all the weather and everything.
Yeah.
At least we're not getting the same weather that Niagara's getting right now. They've had hail for the last 3 days. So not good deal there.
I know. So I was just down there for the I4C, the Cool Climate Chardonnay for the dinner. And the next day, we stopped for lunch and the downpour, I have not seen a downpour like that in I don't know how long. So they're getting those extremes, right? Like it's the heat. Yeah. So at least hopefully things are a little bit more temperate for you.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is good. So I was looking back on what we had last year from you. So we had 2 shards. We had the Inox. We had both the unoaked and an oaked one last year. And then we had the Gewurz last year. And then we had your single varietal Cab Franc. So that's what we had in last year for the event. So this year we've kind of brought back some favorites and we kind of switched things up again. As you can imagine, just coming back from the Chardonnay Festival, I'm so focused on Chardonnays. So I'm glad to be brought into. So the 2020 Inox we brought back because I happen to love that unoaked style. Like that's right up my alley. And then we brought in the new, I don't know if we called it or that was the one that we brought last year. It's called the Mentor. Is the Mentor new?
So I think we did
a few.
Infinity last year.
We either gave you the Infinity or the Full Circle last year.
Yes, you had Infinity now that you mentioned it. So we had Infinity last year. So what's the difference? So what's new about the Mentor that you can share with everyone?
We're actually going to be releasing later on this year a Full Circle Chardonnay, an Infinity Chardonnay, and that will go with the Mentor. So the Full Circle is usually about 18 months in barrel.
Okay.
Infinity is 24 months in barrel. And I push the boundaries with the Mentor. That's usually 30 plus months, up to like this year, it's going to be 36 to 40 months.
Wow.
So the one that you've got now is 32 months in barrel.
Oh, okay.
32, 34. 32.
Oh, wow. Okay. So so just for people who like depending on how much oak contact and what they want that finished feel to be, right? So I can tell you which one my husband's going to go for. He's a big oak lover.
So, and there's a couple other things with the different Chardonnays. So the Inox, that's made from, I get grapes from a winery down in Niagara. I get them from Green Lane.
Okay.
So that goes into the Inox. And that also goes into the Infinity.
Okay.
The Full Circle Chardonnay, my daughter sourced the grapes for me from one of the people she works with because she's down at Southbrook.
Oh, okay.
She's the cellar master down there. So she sourced the grapes from me from Jackson By, so Byland.
Okay.
So it's her definition of the Full Circle. Like she's bringing here, so it's her Full Circle in that. She sourced the grapes, I make it. The Mentor, estate grown. So they're county, they're off our property.
Excellent. I'm taking all these notes because my staff keep asking questions, and we always like to make sure we have all of the details on the wine so that when we're talking to the guests, if they have questions, especially because we're going to have 2 of your Chardonnays. And then when we start talking about the other ones, now that I can actually talk to them about the progression, right? With the different oak levels and stuff, that'll be lovely. And then we're bringing back the Gewurz. I believe it's the same skin contact one we had last year.
Yeah.
So the one you had last year was our Niagara one. So I never blend our Niagara fruit with our county fruit.
Okay.
So the Niagara one you had last year, I guess that one was called Inspired.
I believe so. Yeah. Sounds familiar.
So this one is county. This is off our property as well.
Okay.
So
small
batch, a little bit different. I do the skin contact on it as well. Do 10 days ferment on its skins just to pull that little bit of extra flavor, a little bit extra color, better phenolics.
It's very it's so aromatic. And it's always a nice challenge for me because on our tasting room nights, I tend to make like little pinchos and snacks to kind of go with a lot of the different wines. So I'm always very excited when there's a Gewurz on there because that's always my that's a fun one to pair foods with because there's so much happening with it, right? And
we do ours in a drier style, so it's not like the German ones you see that have like 25 grams of sugar in it. This one's only got 4 this year. The one for the next release of the Gewurz only has 2 grams.
Wow. You're getting closer to an Alsatian style.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay. And then we didn't have the Riesling last year, so I thought I'd bring it in because I'm finding that more and more people are actually choosing a Riesling. I happen to love it just because I know it's a perfect food pairing wine. So maybe tell me a little bit about your Riesling small lot that you're bringing in this time.
So that's off of 2 properties. So our property at the winery, and a neighbor's property a couple of roads over. So I bring their grapes in, blend them in, and you get some great smells on it. Like after the bottle's been open for an hour or so, it really starts developing that petrol nose on it. You get the lemon lime, you get the citrus and all that in it. Just barely off dry, only 4 grams of sugar. Like I'm not a big sweet wine guy. So you'll find that all of the wines are pretty well dryish.
Well, I said, I find that it's quite refreshing at this time of year when you're having things with a little bit lower sugar. I mean, Rieslings can handle a little bit more sugar depending on the style of food. It needs to be something heavier and more complex.
Yeah.
So on a patio, it's going to be perfect.
Exactly.
If you're doing anything like smoked salmon or anything like that, be perfect with that. So it's a great food wine because of the dryness and the acidity on it.
I said Riesling is my number one food. That's my go-to. If I'm really having some different food things that I want to play around with, or I'm trying more than one thing, I can usually get away with the Riesling and try it for many things. It's just it's an easy pairing for food, which is great. And then the last one that's new to us. Last year we had the single varietal Cab Franc, and this year we're bringing in the Dorland Red. So maybe you can let us know a little bit about that new blend.
So that one, I did that one back in 2012.
Wow.
Which was a good year for cabs. So this one is from a single vineyard down in Niagara. Used to be Steve Kosis, Mountain Road Wine Company. He's since, I think it's still up for sale or it might be sold now. So this one's 80% Cab Sauv, 20% Cab Franc, and 22 months in third fill French oak.
Wow. Oh, so it's going to be it's not going to be too heavy then. It's going to be quite light.
No, it's on the lighter side, but it's got some great flavors in it. You get some chocolate, some cherries. You get that leather and smoke.
Oh yeah,
great food wine, great with a barbecue.
Yes, exactly. And I said it's going to be. I said we still get the people who are coming in that used to be all about Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm finding that because we've been introducing them more and more to Cabernet Franc, now some of those are starting to switch. So we don't always get to see blends with just the 2 grapes. I usually find that they're doing like a full Bordeaux blend, right, with a bunch of different varietals. So just seeing the 2 together and showing how that little bit of Cab Franc can actually change the Cabernet Sauvignon. in the final product, I think is going to be fun. So you're challenging me in all my little food pairings. It's going to be a lot of fun. So what do you have planned? So just to finish up, what do you have planned for the next coming year? Do you have new things that you want to try, new experiments, new varietals, new blends?
So we've got, we're going to be re-releasing or having a new release of our Mon Ami, which was a sparkling white that we did, our Riesling Vidal blend.
Okay.
That's going to be going to bottle in next 2 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. We're doing a pink sparkling again.
Wow.
So that's using Frontenac Gris. So it's a little bit of a different grape. It's a hybrid, so bred to survive -45. So you don't have to bury it. It smells like cotton candy when you're fermenting it.
Wow.
And it's all strawberry and rhubarbs when it's done. So something interesting there. What else do we got coming out? I'm doing a traditional method pink sparkling from Cab Franc.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So that one's going to be going, I'll be doing the secondary ferment on it in bottle in the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be laying down for probably a year before anything happens to it.
So you're telling me that, so next year at this time when we're talking on my Zoom thing, I might be able to order some then. At least in
Possibly.
video. Yeah. So hopefully by next year we'll be able to try that one. But so the other ones you said they're going to bottle soon. I'm assuming those will be ready enough for sale by the fall. If anyone's going down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
We're
good.
doing the white and smaller bottles.
Yeah, and we're doing the white sparkling in 355 ml bottles.
Oh, fun. That'll be nice.
And we're going to do some we're either doing some of the pink or some of the white in 500 ml bottles as well. So just
that
a
gives
little bit more convenient.
Well, and also gives a lot of options, and those smaller bottles are great for gift giving.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So if you want to put them in little gift bags or gift boxes or something like that, I think that it's a grab and go type thing. Or unless they want to do a small picnic, of course, which would be great.
And I will be having another single varietal Cab Franc come out as well.
Okay.
That's still in barrel. It's we're coming up on 36 months in barrel.
Wow.
So we're going to start looking at that and getting ready to pull that one out.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot coming up for the next year. Said as much as you may have had a slower year wine wise, you have a lot coming up, and we're excited that we're still going to have a good selection for everybody on Thursday. If anyone can't make it for Thursday, or they're planning to head to Prince Edward County, maybe you can give them a little synopsis on just when you're open. If you have anything special coming up, coming in for tastings, how do they reach you to do that?
So we're open daily, Monday to Thursday, 11 to 5. On the weekends, 11 to 6. And on the weekends now, we have lobster rolls. So our vendor, she's from Shediac, New Brunswick, and so is a lobster. So that's a new thing that we started. So it seems to be going really well with the Chardonnays.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, and then we do deliver anywhere in Ontario. So if anyone's interested, or just come and visit us, we're there. So
okay, they can't get the lobster rolls to go with your Chardonnay.
No, they can't. They can't deliver those.
Exactly.
They have to come to the winery for that.
Exactly. I'm sure some of them were sitting there hoping when they're probably watching this going, oh, I wonder if she'll bring those, but no, we can't do that. So anyways, so hopefully they'll come down and visit you very soon. I appreciate you taking the time again, especially after the last year that you had. The fact that we get to showcase all the wines that you have been producing over this little while, and then maybe giving a hint to what's coming for 2023 and 2024. Again, we are honored, and we thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Anyways, cheers to you. Cheers to the two of you.
We don't have a wine yet.
I know. So it's been amazing. So wishing you both an amazing year for 2023. And we look forward to, I'll let you know about how everything went on Thursday. And then everyone can watch the full video by the weekend if in case they couldn't join us.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay.
You too.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.